the late night part. At the late night. At the late night. At the late night. Yo, what was that?
Yo, we just have to start the helicopter, yo, you don't know. Welcome to the late night part right now, you don't know. We're all here for another bi-weekly installment. And, you know, before we go into
every other weekly,
let you know,
go bi-weekly.
Familiar face in the room. She might be familiar to some of you because, you know, she's a star. She's a girl boss. She got her own podcast. What? We have Alexia James.
Hi, everybody.
Of a 20-something in here right now, a.k.a. Alexia James. You know what I mean? She's in the house. But you don't know it's a late night par. First of all, at the late night par on Instagram and at
late night par
on Twitter. You know, you can find us at www.vericulture.com/the late night par, and you can find us on YouTube on the Vericulture channel. Just search late night par, and now we are on Spotify.
Warm to them.
We fancy.
Yeah,
warm to them. Load up the VPN, you see me?
So before we dive into we'll get right in, you see me? We're going to just roll off the hashtags. You don't know. It's the first voice you always hear. It's the loud mouth, big mouth, chat enough, idiot youth at the therapist SOL, a.k.a. Yannick Reed right now. So I'm going to pass it off to the ladies.
Yo, hold on. I want to realize he said his name, his real name. No, he said at the therapist SOL, a.k.a. his real name. You know, say our influencer levels are, right? It's like, you guys know me as this.
True that.
Also known as my government name.
First lady, roll out.
Oh yes, well, the first lady back in the park after she ditched us for like an episode. So big up yourself. Introduce yourself, traitor.
Wow.
Yo, that's you, Rush.
I realize. This is Ultra_Rush. Can I say AKA Rush like I'm famous? Or it don't work for me? It don't work for me?
Do what you feel like,
it's
get your choice.
Ultra_Rush on both Twitter and Instagram.
Hey everyone, it's Ashania. Wanna know me? A goodie from St. Thomas. Follow me on Instagram at Sashania91, and you can follow me on Twitter at its_Shans with 2 Z's _BTW.
You know, tell them I'll go on next week Friday upon the IG. Alright. Later for that. You don't know it's Congo at Heatwave Fatalic.
A.k.a. Supplement Boss.
Alright, I got them say, I know me say it, you see me? But Yannick, you probably realize you laugh still, but...
We knew you were going to say that. So
everything when you just say at the intro, we say, yo.
It before.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the market dog.
Yeah.
When you were outside.
This is what's happening now?
Yeah.
Because we knew.
Yeah.
So you had to call over Shaz for not being here, which you did.
To the T.
To the T. A little bit rough, because we feel like you were going to be a little bit more.
So you're saying that Yannick is predictable?
That's what I was about to ask.
No, we're saying that
here.
we know you.
Yeah, we know you, bro.
Family vibes. I love it.
Alright. Kick it off.
Start it off right now, Alexia. Thanks for coming through to the late night party.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't give my intro.
Oh, no, she didn't.
My name is Alexia James.
True.
Yeah, because Instagram and Twitter don't like me. I can't have the same ads on both profiles because there's random bots with
That's
the name that I want. But you know, you can find me at Alexia T on Instagram and Alexia_James on Twitter. But it's just Alexia everywhere. My name is me. But I'm so excited to dive into this convo.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. This is our first guest that has their own podcast. Yeah. As I said in the first, Diaries of a 20-something, where, you know, she grills all of these influencers about how they got the bag. Straight bag talk, right? You know, so, you know, we wanted to just have some ladies come and talk about the lady bag, you know what I mean? So,
The lady bag?
The feminine bag.
Handbag.
You see me? Yeah, so, you know what I mean? Do remember the hashtag the late night part or hashtag TLNP if you have to do a lot of chatting, TLNP.
So like a political party.
All right, so Alexia, you know, we're gonna have to play into some cliches here, you know. It's a room full of Jamaicans, and you're from Trinidad, you know what I mean? No, because I you know, I follow you on Twitter from a long time. I must say you got every parish in Jamaica where I have not been yet. I have not been to every parish. You get me? I still have problems identifying where St. Thomas is.
Yes, literally last episode he was like, you know,
I've
come
not
from
been-
the North
From the
Coast.
North Coast.
So
Very
Alexia has
poor.
been to every parish in detail. So right now it's kind of more like you're just like Trinidad, but you're like here working and like we soon gonna get rid of your Trinidad accent. Is it me? Why take the
I don't think that's possible.
why
It's
take time
above me
and why take time
now.
and break the chains? You get me?
Nah.
So you know, like an easy question I want to ask, like, all right, what's like one thing from Trinidad that you miss while being here, and when you're in Trinidad, what's the one thing about Jamaica that you miss when you're there?
So it's not one, but two things that I miss when I'm here, which is of course my family,
Aw.
and then of course the food, because I just don't have the variety that I have home. Because home I could go over to the avenue at 2 a.m. and I could get like gyros, I could get lamb and fries, I could get doubles, I could get burgers,
hold
I
on.
could get wings.
Yo, I saw a guy say that Jamaica do have a street food culture like Trinidad.
No,
and
we
people
don't.
It
attack him.
doesn't. And then
No.
somebody came
Yeah,
back
but
with saying,
I've porridge.
No.
Yo, people literally attack him. It's like, when they never go country, have porridge.
somebody was like yam and saltfish. I was like, who want yam and saltfish at 2 a.m.? I was like, that's
that
not
brother.
No, but porridge is our claim to fame. That's what they're running with porridge.
No, as in
Yeah,
legit, that
probably.
was their defense, you see me? So
No.
I found
The
it funny
fact
that you were like,
Trinidad
yo,
have a 24-hour KFC since
Yeah,
all
they
that
do. It never
was
closes.
the zest of them now
24
go on with
hours.
nothing. You see me? So nothing can 24 hours, boy, yeah.
I think we have one 24-hour KFC, you know, so or is that
There's no KFC, it's a
24
Burger
hours
King.
ish.
the one in
The one in Crossroads closed at 1. It's not 24
hours.
hours. It's 24. It's 24 hours.
It's
No,
It's just you don't want to be in Crossroads after 12 o'clock.
Yeah, brother.
Imagine being in that drive-through and then the crackhead just.
So yo,
You just get a ding
Lamb and fries.
I remember the only time I was in Trinidad, it was pretty late when I got my first double still.
Wow, doubles. You need some real doubles.
garlic
bro.
sauce.
Love
Like,
garlic
I don't
sauce.
understand why Jamaica hasn't caught on to garlic
And
sauce.
shadow benny.
It's-
Has anybody tried shadow benny?
What's that? What's
Okay.
I produced it by Shadon Benny.
Exactly, because I'm like,
Wait, tell me what it is. I may
Okay.
have tried, but I
So it's like a type of garnish or seasoning, but what people do is they kind of blend it up, and you could use it as a sauce too. So you would get it on your doubles. You could say like,
I think I've
shadow
had it.
benny.
I've had that.
Yeah.
I've had that. It's
Yeah,
a green
I know,
one.
I've
Yeah.
I just didn't know the name.
So good.
Yeah. I've had it. I've had it.
Like in Subway in Trinidad, you could ask for shadow benny
Secretly.
on your
Yeah,
sandwich.
Yeah, and the fudge
Undercover
from
one,
Maracas. Look how I love the fudge. It looks squid.
It's nice.
I should know your
bad.
community if you bring something in
Oh
the
my
barrel.
goodness.
the barrier.
Wow, sad.
I forgot that the St. Thomas Goody went to Trinidad, isn't it? So she have a lot.
I forgot too.
Yeah, so she's very versed on what's going on.
You're
So-
doubting the multifaceted queen.
Yeah.
Traveled.
Yeah.
Booked out, not.
Not juked out. So you see me? That's why when we see the conversation going, I just lean back all the way back. Yeah. So but like.
Never finish up answer the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
In terms of what I miss when I'm in Trinidad, it's definitely just the scenicness of Jamaica. So I love country. Like being in Kingston is like, because it kind of suffocating a little bit. Like I love the beach. I love Portland. Portland's my favorite parish.
Amen.
The rivers, all that. That's what I miss the most. Like just being able to have all this beauty in one place. Granted, you have to go on a little toll, but it's incredible. That's definitely what I miss.
And you miss the traffic because you make her bad, but not that bad.
It's pretty bad.
No. I feel like Trini traffic worse.
Yo, I have video.
Trini traffic worse.
You didn't see the video? Yo, there was a video of a brother reversing. And like 5 people post the video, dog. So like a man will live a Spain say, yo, when you see that brother I reverse. And a man at Kingston 2 hours later say, brother, I'm just say a man a reverse. Like him gearbox must have fuck up, dog. So the man just a reverse the whole way, dog.
Scary.
You see me? So them skill over there, dog.
It's terrible.
The traffic is real
I mean,
bad.
it's like if you're coming from the east or something, then yeah, like the east and you work or go to school in Port of Spain, then yeah, you have to leave your home like 5 a.m. to go to school
Yo,
for 8 o'clock.
What's
Which is
east?
fair.
Come always see you now talk about east and them.
The
things.
east
That's
is
where-
like...
So how wanna define Trinidad?
It's
Like
a
how we have-
cardinal point.
Yeah.
Fuck off. But like how we have
We need a
uptown.
geo class for late night park because there's some deficits.
No, them use directions.
Excuse me.
Them use directions, like actual directions.
No, me. No, but
No, but I like that.
don't group me with Yannick, me I beg you.
It's like how people say you have to take plane to go to Ochi.
Yeah.
It's like saying that. So we would say that for South. So it'd be like South is another country because
Oh,
South
word.
far. Right? Even though South isn't that far. If you say like, if you compare it to like Kingston to Negril, it's not a far because it takes like 3 hours to get to Negril, whereas South is probably like an hour maybe.
So
But
what's like uptown Trinidad?
West.
There's different uptowns too.
So east, south, west, north.
Those are
I got
directions.
So all of them have their own uptown. No, all of them have
Rochelle said.
all of them have them own uptown.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So there's different like wealthy communities.
Every parish of them.
No man,
Yeah,
but
like
when we
up
say
Manhattan.
uptown in
I get what
Jamaica,
he
just Kingston, bro.
Yo, you see one thing I
We're not
noticed
talking
about
about
Trinidad,
uptown.
man.
That
Like,
may come to, that's exactly what I'm saying.
No, but I'm saying that when we say uptown, it's literally just
You know.
Because
upper
we don't.
class.
yeah.
It's because
That's
we
what I
don't
mean.
use directions. Like,
No, yeah.
When you say uptown,
You think about one thing.
like if you
Yeah.
talk to a man who live a Mobay where rich, and him say, yo, you come from uptown, it mean Kingston.
Yeah.
Like uptown Kingston. You
Yeah.
understand?
But the one thing I kind of noticed about Trinidad is like just how the city is laid out. Like you see how like, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Like one thing I noticed, like you see how Jamaica you have like residential area, corporate area, garrison,
Industrial area.
Like over there, like I remember I think I was at a chicken restaurant and there's like just a residential area right next to it. Like there will be like government building, house. Government building, house, restaurant, house. Like what's up?
Which area was that?
Yo, alright, it
Run on one
wanna
place,
have, like-
run on one part.
Like
Okay, I can tell you. I
like
went
Port
to
of Spain.
yeah, Port of Spain. Yeah, Port of Spain. I went to a comedy thing where Major Hype did play at some 2-story club. And like
You mean 51?
yeah, and there's a big park in
Oh,
the middle
yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
But
I
that's
think one of the carnival place them there so
Oh,
Keeg-
It's Savannah, it's not.
I didn't go there with Keegan. I'ma stop.
Big
I'ma
up
stop.
Keegan.
I think he went to 51. But there is like a tall building and then, but that's just for some parts. So like the Woodbrook, Track Road type of area, you see like house and then like buildings and restaurants, whatever. But if you go like Port of Spain, where's like New Kingston, it's just the skyscrapers and the corporate offices. Yeah.
So you don't miss the fancy mall when you're in Jamaica, or the mall overrated?
No, the mall isn't overrated, but like I feel like I'm accustomed to it now. So yeah, I do miss Cinnabon, and I
Love
miss
Cinnabon.
Häagen-Dazs. But you know,
Again, does.
like, but I remember Daz used to be a thing here, so Daz was a pa.
Yeah.
When
yeah,
it was here.
Häagen-Dazs was definitely used to be where Wendy's was.
Oh,
That was
oh,
I didn't want to say peak uptown, but I feel like Wendy's are more peak uptown.
Brother, when this at 3 o'clock, I peak uptown.
yeah.
We have Jordan and Dennis and Wendy's uptown in the back right now, confirming that Wendy's is in fact uptown.
Nah, dog. Anytime you feel like you reach and go them place, the dog you find out. You know, you know,
Like,
rich.
the party is finished and it's like, yo, not enough people saw my feet.
No, not enough people saw my car.
Oh, not enough people saw my car, so I'm gonna go to the shoe store.
Yeah, play my music loud.
Yeah.
Have my windows down.
They say, Alexia, that's the wave. Those are the type of guys you like.
How did you reach there?
I'm just yeah,
When you put it right in her mouth,
Did you not hear the disdain in her voice?
anything close to that, dog.
No.
Come
I
on.
was just trying to find out. You know what I mean?
Yo, for
So
real.
you don't for like the island wars? You like island wars?
Honestly, I find it so stupid.
What
too.
side are you picking at? Like, yo, you in Jamaica, and I say, I have to carefully, and I don't want to see you in the place. I wave no red.
Honestly,
I make certain tweets. Like, yeah, man, them lose the race there.
hate you. Honestly, when I see Island Wars happening on TL, I'm just like, it's above me now. Like, and it's usually really stupid, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's usually people who've never been to the
Anywhere.
country and they're like talking. So that whole jerk chicken thing, I'm like, this person probably never came to Jamaica.
No, but what
Yeah, man
pissed me
say
off
Trinidad
was-
jerk chicken better than Jamaica.
and I was just like, you know, it's
no,
a
it's a girl who
lie.
did it, and that girl was on. It's so funny to me. Like sometimes you can't keep for people. She was on like Caribbean's next top model or whatever.
Oh
and
my
she
God, she's a
wanted to
problematic bird.
They wanted
She's
her
a
to
problematic
process her
bird.
hair, and I was so mad. I was like, they wanted her to process her hair, and I was like,
She
what the
actually
fuck?
like
What am I
tweets for
doing?
clout.
What am I
So
doing?
now I know it's fake.
And I defended that girl to the T and never see her just as spew bullshit. It's
No,
like,
she literally tweets for clout to like start things.
You know,
So-
I find those people so problematic.
Yeah. As soon as you said that, I was
Why?
like, because she's done something like that before.
Like
So-
why? Like
Just
you
a
don't
little
have no
hype.
friends, you don't have nobody could have talked to you. Just and then they're like, oh, people are so sensitive on the internet.
Yeah, man.
Like-
For so them.
Whoa.
No, but legit dog. Like,
Yeah, like why?
them never yet say something smart for
No,
your
they
attention.
not
Like
really.
some low hanging fruit, bro. Like,
Oh
like
my
yo, Jamaica nah no beach. Like at all. Like I them think that them a tweet for forward, dog. Like come on.
Honestly.
But then I learned,
You know
I'm
what
just
I mean?
like, yo, these people, they just want somebody to interact with. They really want somebody to
They
talk
want
to.
friends.
So I'm like,
That's what
I'm
it
not
is.
gonna be one of those persons under them trying to correct them. No, I'm
Exactly.
not. It's just like,
Scroll, bitch. Bye.
moving along.
Man,
So Shania just gonna try make you lose your work still.
Not that bitch. No, but even, I mean, bigger than the whole foo-foo rhetoric, I find that even when we're going through certain problems, like in Bahamas the other day, and I saw people talk about, no, Bahamas not like Jamaicans, or the Prime Minister the same, no one Caribbean people come and him not a part of CARICOM. It's like, even that to me was so annoying.
petty.
Like, it's so petty. Like, for you to come back, yes, he
I think
did
that
say
was
these things.
like small-minded too, because I don't think how the views of a prime minister affects the views of everybody. Because there's people who I've met at UE who were behaving on, and when I heard, like, I messaged them one time, thank God they were safe. But like, I didn't get how that one person perspective made you just
Blanket
Done up people.
everybody, like
Like-
every, and even if like this is, do you know what's happening? Like, listen, time longer than Bumbleclot rope. If you feel like say you above hardship and problem and be like, no, man, I help Bahamas, me not care about them. Like, you're gonna get flop, dog, bill. I don't understand the rhetoric. Like, people need help. For me, if I can't help in any way, man, I'll be like, oh, Trinidad people don't like Jamaicans. People who've never been there, by the way. Oh, Bajan people not like this. Like, dog, we're supposed to rally. If anything, we're supposed to protest against damn Caribbean Airlines together, make them cheaper flights, but not for tweet
It's so
shit
true.
online. Like,
It's so Caribbean Airlines flights
Caribbean
are
Airlines
expensive
is
for
a
no reason.
Trinidadian airplane, so Alexia is just gonna
Wait.
remind you guys to just watch it.
No, but they're expensive.
mean-
It's crazy expensive.
just adding.
Your Jamaica
flights
would-
are
your
expensive
Jamaica would
because of
never-
the taxes within the
See
countries. No, so if you actually look at a plane ticket before you buy it,
It's
with
true.
Caribbean Airlines, it's the taxes
It's like
that
it's
cost
not for
all the
real.
money. So it's the taxes of each country, and it would be like airport renovation,
Foolishness.
customs,
Yeah.
and that is what's making your flight so
Yeah,
expensive.
because the actual flight is like $200. Taxes
Exactly.
are $327.
Flights literally don't cost over $9,000. My dad used to work at
Producer Travis, forward to the microphone. Producer
We cannot
Travis.
hear you over there, so
Producer Travis, get in here, guys. This is Producer
Paging.
Travis.
Yeah, like flights really don't cost more than like $9,000 to $10,000. Air taxi is really what racks it
Yeah.
up to $600 because you have to pay for everywhere that the plane
Worse if you have stops.
before it got to
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
and where it's gonna go and all of that. But Yannick knows because you know.
my side.
You know, some of the defense worse than the actual case, so I'm gonna take that.
yeah, son of mother, just done.
I'm not.
Yannick, don't you have another tour soon? Don't you have another tour soon?
I don't know about that. I'm here for all of October.
Okay.
But what is happening
Okay.
in November?
Bookings are open.
don't stop the man by.
Swerve.
Yo.
But island war is stupid, guys. Don't participate.
Yeah, you know much Caribbean islands I want, God. I just
Listen.
me just want to hustle up the
Manifest
ticket fare for
St.
go.
Lucia.
First of all, I
Really
wanted to
sugar
go to
baby.
St. Lucia for my birthday, and because it stops in Trinidad, the flight is like $600. Whereas if I was going
Yeah.
from Trinidad, it's like $250.
Oh.
Wrong trip.
Yeah.
I need some $20. Actually, you know, so like I did go Cayman weekend gone and like
How is
yo,
that?
Yo, it's like all Mobe, like the whole country, like the nice parts of Mobe, like it just look like a giant Fairview. You get me? If you've ever been to Fairview, that's the uptown parts of Mobe. I
That's
wanted
like up
to
in
try
Imola.
the turtle stew. Yo, the man, them, yo, no,
Let's not talk about
whenever you talk about you say you're gonna eat mongoose or something like that.
Yes, wild meat.
Yo, when in Rome, in a dog. You see me?
I'm
Yeah,
so,
man.
like, upset at Yannick for posting that turtle story.
You had turtle.
Turtle stew is them national dish.
That me. Oh
So
yeah.
what are you going to the blanket judge the people?
I'm not judging the people. I'm just saying
not
I
gonna
love
eat it?
turtles. I don't want to hear about like eating them.
So you don't love chicken?
No, I don't love chicken.
Yo, you don't.
That bias soya, bias against the chicken.
I've never seen a chicken and be like, oh, what a
fight
cute
over the
chicken.
mic,
No.
Also, it's cute animals alone deserve to live.
I love sea turtles.
You don't eat rabbit?
I actually had rabbit before.
Rabbit is
Rabbit
good.
tastes rabbits, but I
tastes
wouldn't.
It's
It
like,
tastes like chicken.
yeah, it tastes like
It's
true
just
chicken.
bony, like the, and
Yeah.
the bone them just.
I didn't get any bone, thankfully.
Them sharp,
Yeah.
they're really sharp, but it tastes good.
So you not eat turkey cause them too cute.
Because turtles are my favorite animal. Will
What's
you
your
eat-
second favorite animal?
I don't
Hold
have
on,
a
hold on,
second
Dog.
favorite.
If you have a second favorite.
No,
No,
I
I
like
love
dogs.
turtles.
Them can be a second favorite animal in your belly too.
No.
First favorite animal,
No.
turtle. Second favorite, turtle stew.
That's disgusting.
I gotta be one with them.
Ew, oh my god. Can we skip that?
That's not where I was trying to go. I was trying to more say like, yeah, when I was over there, like I think that they mentioned like, yo, you see like we here complaining about like lock off party.
Yeah.
Like them party lock off 2. Hard. 2 o'clock every day. Hard. And on Saturday it lock off at 12. No argument.
Why on a Saturday?
Because people have church on Sunday.
Exactly.
Yo, Jamaicans don't go on like them God fearing, you know.
And bro, like ever since I hear that, it's almost like me. I said, bro, yo, right now the little 2:30 lock off seem nice. Them I say, yo, them have one club that go until 4. One.
What time party lock off for Trinidad? How does that work? 6
6
a.m.
It depends, but nothing lock off. Two things now getting nice.
6?
Yeah.
Yo, you know,
Yeah,
that
let's
makes
come out
sense
of your
now,
bed.
no?
Yo,
But Trinidad government give them money for the like carnival things. Like, yo, imagine if having the baddest dancehall song of the year and the government give you money. At that, the money man doing in Trinidad in a dog. If you have
Because it's culture.
Yo,
Carnival brings in, they have the.
hold on.
They
So,
have to support it.
so where the party them keep? Is like an event space or like any
So-
party go till 6 o'clock?
No. Of course,
Alright,
you have your
cool.
licensing and police, and sometimes police still lock it off based on how they feel. But there are
Too
specific.
much zesta.
There are
Are you
specific
going to do that the
venues
entire night?
It's like my
that
favorite
you go
word.
to. But there are promoters that block other promoters, just like things happen out here. There's
Yeah.
that still politics type of vibes that happen.
I want
Word.
go, I want go DDI.
Yo, so if you keep it somewhere like a home gardens type place that can go till 6. Wow, that's crazy. Any day of the week or like Friday, Saturday vibes?
It's usually on the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, and even during carnival, because there's a lot of homes, say in the Woodbrook area, so Marshall Monday keeps in the stadium. And the stadium, there's like residential areas. So sometimes I know they have to pay certain things when it's like has a residential area around it. But
Right.
yeah.
Yo, that's mad interesting. That's why I wanna go on so in carnival keep when I practice all year, bro.
Yeah, Congo keeps a fet here called Soca Supplement. You get
I
me?
know
So-
about it.
Oh, you know about it?
Yeah.
Have you heard good things?
Yeah, well, I always see you posting it and stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, dog.
These are where the plugs go.
I give you a commission, dog. All right.
Asking for. You know what I mean? So, another thing we kind of want to talk about, you know, in terms of just these whole fiascos that have been going on, you know, like this ghost tweets account that has been unveiling all your favorite.
All your
For those who are
things.
listening on the Spotify and the later, Rochelle just rolled her eyes. You get me? So we have the ghost tweet accounts that's revealing all of your favorites.
I'm actually curious what you think about that.
What I think.
Hold
about
on.
it.
You have to
She
get
just went
in
into
the
podcast
background
mode, guys.
first, though.
Yeah.
Get in the
context.
background. What is ghost tweets?
You give them the background.
I always have to
give
get
them the
background.
background.
All right, so ghost tweets. Like, there was a thing that happened a couple weeks ago, where this guy jokingly tweeted that he was going somewhere.
Jokingly.
Jokingly
Okay, air
That's why you
quotes.
killed him.
Air quotes. Air quotes.
tweeted that he was going somewhere to sexually assault a
rape.
woman. I didn't want to say rape. But
Say
okay.
it. To rape.
Okay, he said he tweeted that he was going somewhere to rape a young lady, and there was a lot of backlash, and he said he was joking and blah blah blah, and it culminated
Not
in
funny.
him being fired from his
Allegedly,
job.
because we still don't know.
No, he got JMB said he was
The MMB said that?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so following that, like obviously there was this big thing about yo, it's just a tweet and why people are out for crucify the youth and blah blah blah. And following that, an account popped up, basically targeting a lot of people that were speaking out against the guy, saying that he should have been fired and he deserved it. And they were unearthing tweets from these what do you call those people? It was just
Twitter face.
he was basically unearthing
Maybe
tweets from
your
these
faves.
people, saying that yo, you've basically done these same things, so why should this guy get this treatment? So there are a lot of tweets from like long time, like 2013, with man that say yo, rape, like things like that. You see
the
me?
dawn of Twitter.
Yeah.
Like when it was prehistoric.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
so I mean that's really the background.
I joined
still.
Twitter 2012, so that's synonymous.
Yeah, that's the background really.
So that's the background. So,
That's the background.
You know, so after you have like one, like a what you call them now? You call them the 18ers or the 19ers, the new Twitter people who came on and apparently don't know that the R word is. We don't do that no more.
We don't do
guys.
that, bro.
We don't do that.
We don't do that.
Those jokes don't fly no more, my guy. So someone got hurt, you
That's
know
why we
what I
don't
mean?
go on
And,
there.
and they go back in time and then they pull up tweets
don't go on there no more.
from when people on the time
10 out of 10, that account is a male.
Of course.
Yo,
Come on, have time to do that shit.
yo, you know, sir, yeah.
Why did they found out?
Wait,
Who it was?
why I think it's a guy? Let's
Okay.
do some investigative journalism here.
Okay, so the one rare occasion where somebody is reprimanded for making a joke about raping a female as a public event, as a joke, and they get the consequence, valid consequence from that, you find an issue with it to the point where the people speaking out on this to try and prevent this from happening in real life, regardless of it being a joke, you find an issue with those people to bring up their past and talking about their rape jokes because you felt so offended by this person being reprimanded by his actions.
No, that was a
But
nigga.
yeah.
You know that was a nigga.
I think for me, it was like, what is your purpose? For me, coming out, it was to defend victims and people who are, as I said in the last episode, there are lots of people who suffered from sexual assault, and I was there to be like, yo, no, metal queen this boy. But for me,
Boing.
ghost.
Alexia, if you didn't know, this lady here, our host, she's the one who's responsible for him losing his job.
You did these screenshots?
So,
She
Not solely
she
Partially.
alerted the authorities. She let us know.
one of the many.
So right
Yeah,
now,
A lot of people that do.
she's a hero. Right.
People
One
don't
of
wake up
many.
the social media
For
manager
me,
for
it's
Jamie
like-
be out of them bed.
As Alexia was saying, like, what your purpose? What are you doing this for? Like, for me, I felt it was a man. It was deliberately malicious. You don't care about the victims. You don't care about him learning a lesson. What you do care about is shaming people and trying to move away from the point because what's your point? What's your point? For me also, people are entitled to change and to grow. You have to know the political climate you're in. The point is, sadly, a couple years ago, it was okay to make those tweets. I feel like for me in my social media space, when my politics changed, I did search for certain things and I delete them ras because my views changed. At one point, I was very pious and very religious. I'm going to say, yo, fuck that shit. So I'm going to go and delete it. So
Yo, big up God. Yo, man,
point is,
no goddamn way there, bro. Like, wow.
I'm not
Jeez.
saying me about God. Me just say if your politics is allowed to change. You are allowed to grow.
Your views are
Your
allowed to
views
change.
are allowed to. So these people who've grown, them change. But you gonna dredge up that no, bring back same trauma to people who've been it for what? What is your purpose?
And also my issue with it as well is that, okay, yes, our political climate is different. We learn things. So we have changed. The way I used to look at things, I don't look at it anymore, etc. But the person is not a child. This person was not a child. So it's not, if this person was just like, in high school, I could have said, man, but this person is the same age as the person whose tweets, them digging up. I'm just like, yo, they're the same age.
Exactly.
We may have been on Twitter long, but still, it's not just Twitter. Twitter is a microcosm. But
Exactly.
This is outside of Twitter. Is this how you think and how you are as a person? So for me, it's like, okay, 5-6 years ago, these people were in first year at a lot of the people that I saw, first year university.
Tweets were brought up there in high school.
High school. First year university, I say, yo, we did
don't know
dance.
anything.
I said, genuinely, we did dance.
Exactly.
I say, I'm like, I mean,
Yes, with
I actually looked, I found some of my old tweets. when my handle was different.
Everybody pull up the advanced search, you know.
Everybody
pull up the advanced search.
Legitimately.
2,000 tweets off now, yeah? Bro.
No, like I remember when I just started Twitter, I was just like, yo, this thing is rubbish. Me can't see nothing, me not understand. And when we used to say good morning, Twitter, most of my tweets were just hi, hello, because me don't know what me do. Then half of my tweets were listening to NNG radio with everybody. Oh, that song you bad. Rubbish, absolute rubbish. No, but it's legit. And I'm looking at my old tweets and I'm just like, yo. It's foolishness. And I'm going through that and I'm like, I used to be way like when I used to be so I thought when I look at my tweets I'm just like, oh, maybe I was a little bit aggressive. Like I was
caps, all caps. Me no know what wrong with my phone.
And then I realized that now I barely engage people on Twitter. I don't even people I used to tweet what I'm tweeting and then people come and I feel like I have to defend something. Yeah, and I'm just like
back in the day when people used to spell fuck without the C.
Dark. A lot of what I said.
Yeah. Fuck you.
But now you just learn.
Now you can get sued.
Yo, but
So
I feel like Alexia is a good
take-
point still. Where like, bro, like it's a weird response.
Very weird.
Like, I can understand.
It's a predatory response.
Yo, I can understand
Exactly.
if it happened to your bridge and you feel away, so this thing happened to you. I can kind of see with that. Even though in bridging wrong, you see me? But then to say, all right, my response is going to be to call out all of these people and build this account. Like, you know, meant,
Okay,
bro.
auntie, them drink no
I
mad
feel like enough
biscuits.
people get points and just get the point halfway.
All right.
Like him now makes the real point.
I feel like everybody in this room is on the same page and like think. No, that's not.
now is not the time.
No, just to break down the argument further. Let's say it first that
the views expressed
are not mine. I am channeling a darker spirit right now.
Also, we had views from actual other people.
Yeah.
You know, we should actually do
No,
that.
because I like to know how people think. Not to say to agree with them. Like I'm the type that will watch serial killer documentaries.
I love that shit.
Exactly, and say, yo, how this man get? What's the thought?
Why are
process?
you the way you are?
So you go on the profile and like the person is saying that their objective is not to get anybody fired. His thing is that he feels that people are being hypocritical.
This was a ghost person.
Yeah, this is the ghost. He was breaking it down and saying is that the people who are pointing fingers, he's not upset about somebody being fired for saying these words, but the vehement energy that people are coming down on somebody and they're saying a lot of these people have made these same mistakes and they have gotten away scot-free. And they said, no, we have people here. No one had to get kicked from school, but now we have people who are losing their jobs. And to be quite fair, I read some of the tweets that he brought up. Some of them was like,
No, but it's true.
Yo, what I was
like some of them was like, whoa. Like some dudes was just like, yeah, man, all right, like, yo, I'm gonna do road and rape a couple females and no better not come round. And like we were allowed to get away from these things.
We weren't allowed. This is my issue.
Channeling a darker spirit.
No, but that's not
allowed. For me, I keep saying to people, the consequences were always there. People were always offended. There were women who were always hurt. There were women who were always in fear when you said those things. It's just that no, we're levying those punishments harder. There was always a consequence. It's just that nobody was bringing. It's not like there was never a consequence. It's never that women never felt bad when we saw tweets about rape.
I think the
It's
change
just that
happened
now we
with
are
the
more
Me Too movement.
We're enforcing and we're standing
Because
up. People always felt bad.
4 years ago,
I was always grossed up by rape.
4 years ago, you won't have seen 5-10 females coming together to speak up and say their part of the story because one, it would have been discredited, nobody would have listened. But now when we have the platforms and a lot of the influencers in Jamaica are women and they have the chance to speak up and speak up for others who can't speak up for themselves. So that's also what changed.
It's not just here, it's happening
Globally.
globally. Like
I'm just like,
yo, we can look every day. Every day I see a tweet from Black Twitter. Oh, this person was racist. Next day, person lose them work.
Exactly.
And then it's always followed by, oh, I apologize. I didn't really mean to call this person a nigger. Yes, you did. So it was persons got away
With
with this
it before,
behavior,
but it was
and until
always
people started
problematic.
recording,
Exactly.
people started writing, because this was a lived experience for a lot of people. But until people like walk and start
And
take
see,
picture,
exactly.
video them, nobody believed that this is what I have to go through
This
every
is
day.
our reality, exactly.
And when people lose them work, them not really, it doesn't affect them, as in they didn't stop being racist. They just
100%.
got punished
Thank
for it, and
you.
they issued an apology, but them hearts still the same, them hearts still dirty. But no, them just facing a consequence. Them would call you nigger in them head. Them just can't say it out loud. So it doesn't change anything, but it doesn't change them.
There's just-
But they're being punished for being an asshole. So in some ways, it's just
Proud of you guys, super proud. I mean, I told you already that that's not what I think. So I mean, like, I think those reasons really do make sense. These people probably is the same people who saw those, just like we said, it's probably the same people who saw those tweets in 2013. These people who had those issues now are adults who are much more articulate, who have the ability to actually dole out these consequences.
Exactly.
So I don't think it's a case where
We never care
where
before,
never
like,
care. But
I never care.
somebody like a girl in a school uniform say, yo, a guy said this on Twitter. Where is that gonna go? But you're an adult now, and you have the channels to like actually deal out. So it's not that people didn't get away. We just never had any power now. So right now that we're enforcing these laws, you're just not gonna get away with it. We can't go back in time.
Exactly.
We can't go back in time and like punish people. Like
Exactly.
it's not going to
Time
happen.
and space.
So it's not. Don't feel like people are getting away. I mean, I get.
no, yeah, because I saw like when his friends were coming and defending, because I never responded. But just I look on the tweet them and I say, okay, yeah, I can get it. But also, even outside of the rape thing, this is a public event held by a huge corporate company. I'm like, you're putting people at danger. I'm just like, it's like if you tweet bomb on tweet, so people are going to come at you. I'm just like, you get flagged. So it's
Hamza brought
kind
that
of one
up
of
in the
these.
last one. Comes like, yo, if you said, oh sorry, you brought it
Oh,
up.
cause
There is
I don't
still a
remember.
consequence. You could have been joking. Your best son
You
will
look
say
at
it. Them
somebody
will
that
drag it
knock up on your
up.
door.
First of all, I know somebody's account who got suspended because they said, I will kill you as a joke, and Twitter suspended their
Exactly.
account. It's the same thing.
Yo, when I think I run with the N word now.
Batman for the wrong reason.
Yo, Jordan said, imagine me coming Batman for the wrong reason. That's actually like a
Deep.
very,
That's a very good.
He's a Twitter superhero. Big up Jordan. Big up Jordan. Jordan's ways, I mean. But yeah, so I mean, in like a similar vein right now, we still want to do some like comparing and contrasting. So of a situation out here now where I don't know why this is still like an ongoing thing. Where
in
we have-
2019,
in
dog.
2019,
Come on.
where we have issues with like children wearing like dreadlocks in schools and being like
Locks,
kicked
not
out.
dreadlocks.
Or
But
just
you saw the
Not
story
dread.
that
No.
the child actually lied about it, right?
No, not that one. That's
Oh.
the US case. We're talking about
Oh,
the Jamaica
oh, you mean locally? But the
Yeah.
one in the States, she actually lied. Yeah.
but
She get
local.
benched. We are going to local, you know,
So we kind of, I don't know if you can speak on that behalf in terms of like body image and like formality and like stuff like that. Is that like an issue in Trinidad? Because I've been into Trinidad and I feel like more people over there have locks, or more millennials have dreads.
Like
Yo,
every male in
Yeah.
West
No,
has
no,
dreads.
I'm serious.
No, serious. Like
No,
it's
not
the
to
thing.
me, like,
They
Like-
look good though.
Yeah.
But
I know
No.
one. But not big.
I went to a party and I was just like, yo, there are way less bald heads in here than like
Yeah.
people who like them would like dye them hair
But
so like people can
the
like work it
cultural
up.
reference of dreadlocks is completely different in Jamaica. So in Trinidad, it's not like, oh, you shouldn't bring a Rasta man home and he can't provide for you. Like when I came and I heard that, I was like, what?
Like, I thought this was just a cool looking
is
hairstyle.
this? Yeah, because home it's just like, I like this, I like
Yeah.
wearing this.
So it's just
some people would take
fashion,
up,
literally?
It's mostly just fashion. Like
word.
some people do it in terms of ITAL, and some people go to the religion side of it as well. But it's usually just because they like how it looks.
So like people can like work in banks and stuff like that with like those hairstyles.
I cannot say that. So from some of the more
I feel like a bank
Hoity-toity
is
banks
the
like a
worst
Scotia
place,
bank.
dog,
It
'cause-
is.
I don't
No,
know.
a bank
banks
is the
always have,
heights
like,
of.
Yeah, so if
the
it's like a
worst.
conservative bank, probably not. But if it's like one of the local banks, like Republic, I think I've seen Russell. Yeah, in Republic. So yeah, it depends on the environment that you're in.
Yeah, yo, bank is like the worst example to ask.
I mean,
Yeah.
yo, Scotiabank have people in there with locks.
no, but
Do
I'm
they
yo,
have
bank-
men with love?
Yeah, because yo, banks are generally very
Women get
strict.
away with that.
I recall, I could be wrong.
I'm just
but-
saying. I work in a bank. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, don't call the name. Don't call the name.
No, but yo,
My supervisor
yo, what
has
I'm
locks.
saying is like they're just super conservative in banks,
She
bro.
has locks.
So I think like the rules that apply at banks don't apply for majority
Most
of
places.
other workplaces. You see me? So it's like asking about a Christian school. Like, that's the best comparison I can.
Most of our schools are gonna consider
Yourself
themselves Christian.
No, I
that's
mean
true.
like super Christian.
Oh,
like
okay.
Most of
the
our
church
schools
are
are
attached to the.
All
isn't it
schools
like
are
the
most-
school?
But most Jamaican schools are
that-
attached to
All my schools
churches.
had nuns.
See, most Jamaican
Yo,
schools are
so
attached to
people can
churches.
wear like locks to school and them thing there. Would be
Yeah.
like, wow.
Males too.
Yeah.
Damn. Yo, we're in the Stone Ages over here, bro.
You're right. Oh, you're over here. You can have a principal with a lock, with locks and a beard. And if you have like five,
Who's trying to hear them start tweezing
if
it
you have
out?
like 5 hair in your chin, them are gonna say, yo, that's a beard, and you need to
Yeah.
shave that.
Yeah, but
Wow.
in that Barbados, there was an issue with that this week where some principal was saying that the boys can't wear just the little baby scruffs anymore. And he was like, I think he had locks and he
Had
had
a
a
full
beard.
beard.
And I'm
That
like,
was here.
no,
that's in
that was
Barbados.
in Barbados. This week, well,
I didn't see that one.
yeah.
False news.
Yeah, so that was, and I'm like, what happened this? Me no know, dog. Me no know. Mistress. And was there some dialogue about them saying like locks have lice or some shit? That's why
Yeah.
they
God.
never want the people. I'm like,
That's-
where do you get this from?
White people.
It's like this.
Oh, they're the ones with the lights.
That's where they get the life story from. Right, them enough job for that.
Yannick, I don't know if this is on your list, but
Go ahead.
Talk about
have
it.
you heard the whole vaping thing that's been going on?
Oh yes,
Oh, yeah.
sis. What you say?
Legit, like getting
Allegedly.
lung cancer.
Where, yeah,
Allegedly.
allegedly getting lung
I
cancer.
mean, I listened to like a news report about it earlier today from the Journal, and the thing is, it's like young kids who vape. So
Yeah.
it's like people 18 and under who come into like the pediatric hospitals and they can't breathe. Their skin is changing color, like their lungs are weak, and it's all the cases are like they've been vaping.
Yeah.
Happening.
So what I think
They're,
about, well,
they're banning vaping like
they're
across
not-
the states
They're not
because
sure what's causing it.
Improper.
They're not sure what ingredients.
Proper
in it.
regulation.
yeah, but Alexia was saying that it's because well a lot of the cases are young kids.
Yes. And the oils that they're selling, because a lot of these companies
Bootleg.
are not licensed, so it's not
Oh, yeah,
actually
Russell
pure
has-
cannabis oil. So
Yeah.
they're mixing it with things.
You
Oh
say
my
you
God.
Exactly, and that's not what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And also, the US has this obsession with oil as opposed to raw flour. I'm not sure why.
Oil as opposed to what?
Raw
Raw flour. So they're vaping. So it's actually oil they're vaping. So not like vaping cannabis.
Yeah.
Cannabis.
Okay.
So they're
yeah.
doing oils.
Okay.
And a lot of some of the companies that they're using not regulated. It's a manufacturing thing, but they don't. People are mixed up in like a weird.
But that's so
area.
scary,
So
dog.
they're mixing it with things that are not supposed
What
to
you
be
mean
mixed
it's not
with.
scary?
It is terrifying.
You're not scared? So you vape someone that dead off and I know?
No.
Congo does not partake in cannabis products,
Brother,
so
yo.
there's nothing to fear.
Yo, and anybody that, like the people I know that smoke and into them thing that
Them not care.
them no afraid. You see me?
No, because they are not
basically,
buying
like,
that.
No, and that's it. You see me? Like as Rochelle said, a lot of the people I think the claim is from people that are like, yo, the government is overreacting. Is that because like the oils and stuff are so freely available. It's not like cigarettes.
No, that's not for
Where-
you. Sorry, that's a thought coming through.
Okay. So it's not, the cigarette market is very heavily regulated. Like you can't just like remember them. They have even out here a thing with cracking down on fake cigarettes.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
a
yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like it's basically super easy for anybody to get a vape oil and just put in them vape and smoke it. I don't know why I keep doing this, but it's not like there's nothing to say that this is what it says it is on the package.
Yeah.
You see me?
Exactly.
Like, it's not regulated at all.
So the items are not being tested, and the way they're being marketed as well. Because some of them they're putting
Kidding.
flavorings and
SpongeBob. SpongeBob.
No,
vape.
they're marketing to kids
By the Squidward.
because scientifically and medically, this is not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
No, but I saw a tweet, which was what was coming through when I was making up my face, that somebody was saying that this is all a made-up
conspiracy.
story, a conspiracy, and Big Tobacco is trying to tank.
No, yo,
No, but I don't-
yo. You see big tobacco and oil, them man then a ramping up.
No, tobacco
like-
farmers,
As
big
much as I
pharma,
don't think
tobacco.
that is,
Yeah, that.
the tobacco industry is pretty much what started the advertisement industry. Like, if you watch Mad Men, that's pretty much what Mad Men is about.
No, but
like,
Yeah, but there are people who are legit dying. Like, I hate when people try to dispute evidence and science. Like, people
No,
are
but-
dying.
No, we're
the
not
thing
saying
is-
no.
Like, I don't
okay.
discredit the notion that they may be trying to tank the system. I don't know.
No.
I don't know enough to say no. But I'm saying people are real life dying.
That's what I'm saying.
So
But
don't discredit it and be like,
I'm
no, it's
no,
not.
but alright. You see, the thing is, there are facts and there's spinning facts to fit a narrative.
True.
So you see, people
that's
are
exactly
dying.
what
and you
they're
hear what
going
I was just telling you, and that it's not that vaping in and of itself is dangerous.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Is it
the industry needs to be
regulated?
You see me? And you can't just say. Imagine a man build a gun. You see me? And him go hunting and him fire it and it kill him. You see me? Them now go say, oh, let's ban all the guns
All
because it's a man build a gun and I shoot the gun and the gun doesn't work as
As
he
best as it
expected
should.
to work. You see me? But
But
if
even if they kill
somebody
20
wanted
people
to
in the
ban
West,
guns, they
I
could
go back.
literally say that guns are killing people. So let's ban guns.
You know what I find interesting about the conspiracy theory thing is that what I listened to this morning, because they had an example of this huge vape company called Juul. And
but that's
their CEO stepped down, and the new CEO coming in is a big tobacco executive who bought up like 35% of shares, which was like some 100 billion investment that they bought out to this company, and the big tobacco exec was coming to sit as Juul's CEO to manage the scenario.
No, but wasn't Juul like an e-cigarette thing?
yeah,
Yeah.
Juul
But they
is
do
tobacco.
vaping and
there.
So no, they exactly. That's what I know. That,
Primarily their thing is like,
but no, like the
tobacco
conspiracy base. I'm
e-cig.
not saying that people aren't dying and this is the concern, but I don't think that it is outside of the remit of big pharma and big tobacco to create fake companies. Do all of this that they want. Yo, money. No, legitimately. I don't think it's outside of
I believe
like
No,
We
yo,
just-
I'm,
we
to,
just
I'm like
imagine
on
them.
both y'all sides.
Yo.
Like, for real, because bro,
them.
tobacco have like they have money to spend on lies.
And pharmaceutical companies because
Yeah.
remember there's
Yo, and
remember the
they-
cannabis
I mean,
is
even
supposed
for frightened, like, me no, even
and we
this
we
is
don't
not a
fact check
cigarette.
in
This
era.
is not a cigarette conversation. But I like even smoking cigarettes. I'm still confused that people still smoke cigarettes. So
Same.
for me, just once I heard about the vaping thing, like I have co-workers who vape, and I'm like, no, please don't do this. Me no want you. Like me no know. Me get very frightened. Like what could happen to them?
Yo, it's funny though.
I
I
am
feel like
just very
a year
fearful.
ago, I was thinking, yo, I wonder when we're gonna have a big thing with
With
the
vaping?
same way we had something with cigarettes, because there was a time where man a smoke on plane, dog. Like you baby just by just walking like.
like
Junior.
No, apparently very recently, I really don't remember this, but apparently you could smoke in TGI. Like someone was telling me that.
Brother.
I was like, what? That just sounds so like, I was like what, 10 years ago? They're like, no, like 3 years ago you could have smoked in TGI. And I'm like,
In an A-seed place.
Yeah.
No play with that
Yo,
cigarette.
trust, and the
joke
thing
there.
is with big tobacco, they've been here before in terms of like this information and all them thing, the dog.
Jordan wants to say something.
Yeah, man, tell them
To Rochelle's point, can you look how many kids you think smoking cigarettes versus vaping these days? Like think about it. It's probably a big chunk.
It
Like
is.
it's really adults smoking cigarettes. The kids who, let's say the teenagers going like 14 maybe to like 18, they're vaping and them getting it easy.
They had that in the reports. as
And
well.
that's why I'm
So-
worried because I don't like because it's kids. That's even why I got more frantic. I'm like, I don't want these babies like doing some crazy shit and a dead off. Like no,
Momager.
like that's even why I'm more anxious about it. Like, me no want to lick a baby. I smoke up no shit. No, dog. Please
SpongeBob vape.
ban it.
Sorry, but that's funny to me.
Oh
I'm
no, but
sorry.
like there probably is one, you know.
No, there is. I didn't make that up.
Oh shit, really?
Like I literally saw.
Alexia, you vape?
I picked.
You're not allowed to say it. Say
Yes.
no more. It's a blood up the girl.
I mean,
You the one who be asking
Alexia-
questions.
Alexia doesn't even know what a vape is.
I just saw it on the news. Say what you can say. You can say it into the microphone.
A
Nice.
drug test at work, and I casually smoked weed before once. And so they were like, "Oh, you're doing a drug test," and I was like, "Me have to go confess." Cause them a go know. So I was in the meeting because it was
Sashi co-workers do this late night party.
I'm not even go in.
We not edit nothing.
Yeah, it
There's
don't
no
matter
that.
to me. So yeah, so as I said, it was casually one time. So I was just like, no, me have to go confess, no, and tell them because it's gonna show up. And then one man said, like, just as I was about to like walk in the office and be like, I smoked weed once. I Googled them like, how long weed stay in your blood? And then I realized that it just show up if you smoke one time. So I was like, bye.
Yo,
I would have just showed them my prescription.
Yo, people
Had
who
one.
don't smoke weed.
Fool? Yes, me fool. Me never know. It's true. Me not shame.
Rochelle went to look for the SpongeBob
Rochelle
vape.
went and found a SpongeBob vape.
It's Patrick, no.
That's very troublesome in a car.
We smoking Patrick Stars over here, bro.
Why? Yo, all right. So we have some lightning topics here as we approach like the end. Like we shot through them things.
It's a mirror one.
Before we shot through them topic here.
No.
We have a fellow, like a podcast host on late night part.
Oh, true.
So Alexia, is it me? Like I remember you were telling me like I was like, so what are podcasts like in Trinidad? And you're just like, there's
none.
They're actually new podcasts now.
You cause it.
So there's one that actually reminds me of Late Night Park. So it's called Woodford Square, which is a place in TT. But
Woodford Square?
Woodford Square.
You don't say you get there?
Yeah. And it's actually like meals, and it's really interesting because they're sharing like insightful and upful perspectives.
Oh, we share insightful and upful perspectives. Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's been good. And then there's others that are popping up. So yeah.
Dope.
So the culture is up now. So you get me? Like, all right, so like I've listened to a couple of episodes of Diary of a 20-something. I like the episode with Rush Cam. Is it me? I'll big up Rush Cam.
Yeah, I listened to that. It was really good.
Yeah, it was good.
It was
Is
really
it me? And like we don't really get to talk like what's it like, especially like podcasting here in Jamaica or just the experience. Like, is there a video aspect? Because I just listen via audio, so I'd actually not.
The thing is, like,
video.
my video platform isn't up, but I do have sessions that are recording on video. But the thing is, when it's just one person, because it's literally just me, as I told you, like I was editing audio last night.
Don't you usually Skype them or something? It sounded like.
No, I use Zencaster, which is a podcast platform that you could use.
Yo,
to
write that down.
remotely.
That's what I'm doing.
Remotely record with people like all over the world. So
Word.
yeah.
They don't find it easier when it's just like one person.
I mean, in terms of like,
What are you saying?
we hear
You'd
share.
rather be talking to yourself?
We hear sharing
We're literally
mics.
sharing mics, man. Like, that's what we're saying.
you have to do all the content and all the marketing and everything. So it's like a lot, but I really enjoy it. But I just came off like a 4-month hiatus because I was going through this huge transition. So I was in a little like creative funk as well, just in terms of what I wanted to say, what I wanted to, everything. So the one that I released today, which is with Gabby Beckford, and her parents are actually Jamaican, but she lives in the States, and she's this like travel blogger. But what she does, it's unique, is that she provides travel opportunities to people. Like there's literally governments that would pay for you to visit their country just to get a cultural immersion. So there was one recently for Japan. Yeah, so her name is Paxlight. And she like posts the ups like all the time. So
The ladies just pull out their phone
Yeah.
and they're just gonna go
So
find
she told
some
me like
Yannick don't need that though. Yannick don't need that though.
Yeah, I'm culturally immersed.
Yeah, and she shares all these different scholarships and everything, and it's interesting because there's all these things available to us and we don't know about it, right? And she has a full-on 9-to-5 and like engineering, but like travel is her passion, and this is what she does. So check out the episode; like it was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really happy to share it. And the thing is, it's always kind of funny when you're being a creative and just thinking about your own work and then putting it out there for other people to listen to because you kind of judge it really hard.
Yeah.
Then I'm a perfectionist, but I'm trying to get out of it because I know like he tweeted something you said the other day, which is consistent.
Finish is better than perfect.
Right, exactly. And I saw that.
Gary Vee said that, don't.
Look at Yannick draping me. Yeah, because I want people to enjoy what I put out, you know? And then it's like back and forth, and then I don't have this and I don't have that. But then I was just like, you know, I just need to put it out. Because people always like, we want more and this and that. And yeah, but it's interesting. The largest part of my audience is actually Jamaican.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like,
All
so
right.
that's like very interesting to
Color
me.
infiltrated.
This would be my 4th year because I went to UE here, which was 3 years. Yeah, and then I left for the States, and then I came back like in May. So yeah.
So what's the value you see in taking a break? I know like a lot of creators and people who like late night part, we've taken many breaks.
Yeah, man, the break them nice.
So like what's the value you taking breaks, and like, you know, do you always like find yourself able to take a break in like a comfortable space, or is it something that you usually like, you know, is it that you're like, all right, I'm going to take a break, or is that like something triggers and then you're just like,
yeah,
oh, shit,
something triggered and I took a break because it was just like in my personal life and transitioning off to some stuff. It wasn't that I didn't want to be making content, but like, you know, when you're just not in this space. And you said something about like your brain being junky or something today. Like you tweeted that, and I was like, whoa, crunch up. Yes. And I was like, whoa, that was my mood. And like, I didn't want to be speaking and then people just hear me distraught. But like my first episode for season 2 is actually me just going about like speaking about that entire thing, just like being real.
Solo?
And yeah, that's a solo one. So that'll be next week. And then for this month, I'm actually going to do some breast cancer awareness episodes, just so people know like how to get tested, past experiences, and all those things. Because of course that's a very close topic for me. So yeah.
That's dope.
We popping.
So Yannick, do you see value in taking all night? Or were you done asking your questions? I may not.
Okay, hostess with the mostess.
No, I mean it would be cool.
Oh no, I forgot that we're sharing mics.
Blood, let's upload it up so I want to see so.
But I
They can see. I don't know if you noticed, Rochelle, but
There's a
I
camera
thought we
here.
stopped recording.
Oh, for stop record.
just done. Tune in later. Me no know.
no, Rochelle is off form, but taking breaks. I'm usually not somebody who
Just shows me a
Can
story.
take a break.
I don't always voluntarily put myself in.
Really?
Also, always.
Sashania has tea, apparently.
No, it was legit a question.
Oh.
Really?
Oh, I don't know. Sashania is always so shady. It's hard to know.
Yeah, I get that vibe.
No shade.
Yeah.
Did something like.
But no,
Hashtag
because
hustle always.
you know, like, all right, I am somebody who I like to take a break after I feel satisfied, and feeling satisfied is not something that always occurs when it should. You get me? Like, you could be working and things can be going well, but do you feel satisfied? Yes, no, but sometimes you do need to take breaks even when you're unsatisfied. So I find it very hard to be unsatisfied and allow myself to step back, because especially being self-employed, it is very hard to disconnect from your business because you are your business. Yeah. So that's
I have a question, which might seem corny, but do you go to therapy? Because your name has therapy in it, and
You know, it wasn't corny when you just asked.
Yeah.
But then when
all right.
but I'm actually curious.
No, I will be very transparent. I've been to different types of therapy before and I like it a lot. I'm currently not going to therapy right now because I am like
life nice.
I'm like in workaholic mode, but I really should. Just like what she was saying, my brain feel crunch up.
Yeah.
But I don't see no shame in therapy. Like, the greatest point that I like about therapy is that every therapist has to have a therapist. You get me? Like, in like the actual business, every therapist is supposed to have their own therapist after they go through, and them here everybody them have their own therapist that they're supposed to
Decompress.
unload.
Okay.
So
A
if you know
conspiracy.
that somebody in therapy has therapy, that there's no even real reason to even like judge yourself and just do stuff like that. So I don't know if the rest of the late night part has anything to say about therapy.
I went to therapy one time.
Well,
How is
It was
it?
fun.
Just someone listening to you, right?
You know what I mean? Well, it's going somewhere, but it was validating. You see me?
What
I
I
was at a
mean?
workplace. I don't want to
Get into it.
No.
obviously.
What you mean by validating? Not
No,
into
cause
it,
like I was
yeah.
in a certain place and like I was expressing it to him and he kind of like
Oh, no,
I
that's
kind of
cool.
felt like I was feeling away, but you know you don't know how you feel.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
just feel away.
Yeah.
But him kind of explain like what the way is. You see me? And yeah, it was enlightening.
Yeah.
You see
Felt
me?
seen.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it's like. He was just like, yo, dog.
No, you're the best.
That's
Can't go
We're
on.
not going into that, but you see me?
That's definitely what he
Yeah.
said.
There was value in it, dog. I'm actually like happy. I never thought about it after.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They're just like, yeah, man, him fix me.
Why?
No, me, yo, it's like it go on. It's like it go on, and him say, yo, you need to try to them thing, and I did it, and I was like, say, yo, come back in 2 weeks.
And you never went
If you
back?
need to, I was like, all right.
Oh, you felt it.
Nah, I'm good now, fam. Thanks.
That's nice,
But, yeah.
though.
That's nice.
Yeah, yo, I'm lucky you fuck, cause you know sometimes things aren't that straightforward. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. no.
Therapy helps, guys. Save lives. Still have a therapist.
Same. Can we? No.
Center JA. Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's like a.
I think I saw someone
Yeah,
someone talk
it's
about that
okay.
one time
Yeah.
on the tweeters.
I've had a
Yeah.
couple of therapists throughout my life. Definitely helps a lot. I mean, when I was younger, no, because I found that when I was younger, they were very religious. You know what I'm going to say?
Oh, some fake therapists.
No, they
Oh
weren't
my
fake.
God.
But I'm just saying, in terms of me and where I was going with my views and my feelings about
Well-
spirituality, I never felt
Like-
like I could connect or really
Speak.
fully speak because I always felt like they would be like, I just couldn't connect with them. And
Yeah.
at that point, I was like going back and forth with growing up in a very religious home where I have to go church every day and I have to baptize and fill with the Holy Spirit to be like, I don't like this thing. I don't want to do this thing. So having very religious counselors, which I was mandated to go, I was like, I never felt it. So the older I got and I got to choose, and I started going to different people and be like, oh no, I like this person because they talk to me like this, and it's not as religious. I got to settle into like, I like therapy. It's nice. I want to do it more often. I wish it was cheaper, and I wish it was covered by our healthcare. From my
You all don't get a
Some
discount
workplaces-
off? Yeah,
from
we
my
get a discount.
workplace,
off.
you have first 3 visits, you get back. You can claim or get a reimbursement, but it's only like $3,500, whatever the cost is. If the cost is $10,000, you only get back $3,500.
I know.
That don't make no sense. So
Yo, there was a thread on
that.
Twitter one day, well, a while back still, with like some resources.
Yeah,
don't
that
know
thread
where
comes
that
up. I think it's Jam. I don't know what the Jamaica mental health. Yeah, and they usually post and people will like add suggestions or add their therapists.
and there
To the
are free
thread.
people. It's just that I find that some of the free people are based in churches.
Oh, it's a scam. Oh my god.
Worst thing, worst.
There's that.
Worst. I've been to one and it's the worst. Okay,
Yo,
it's
but-
the worst.
Yeah, the
Let's
kids
not
pay
influence us.
No, but yeah, the thing with therapy is
I
like,
talk about my experience.
No, but that-
but not nobody. But
I was
when
going to
you
agree
go
though.
to somebody and you said, "Dog, me I'm mad out." Is it? Like, yo, I will be very candid. Is it?
man,
Me
let's
they
turn
got through
to John.
a messed up time, like an awful breakup. The school did I got messed up, like me nearly get kicked out. You get me? Like my parents disappointed in me. Some day I said that, why am I for just there? Like me they ready to kill myself. Is it like I'm very okay
No,
saying
that's
that.
fine.
Is it me? Like I'm okay if I say that. So me they are therapists right now, and I said, bro, me not believe in a God and them thing there. And the man is like, pray harder. Pray harder, bro.
Yo.
Did you not flip
Hold
the
on,
table?
bro. Yo, you see her I judge me for laughing, dog. Got the punchline.
Man was like,
Yo, man, no say did I go nice. yo, religious people are hilarious,
the
bro.
man was just like, just pray harder. Yo, me just start look on the clock and say, alright, me just go shut up for the rest of that something. That man,
Yeah, look on the clock, I believe in
And I said, dog, me I try off myself like tomorrow. And the man is like, yo, pray harder. I'm like,
Yannick, no.
no, guys, like I'm in a great place right now and I can talk about these things because you get me, like, I'm not really afraid for talking about them
What
something.
can I
Yeah?
say?
Is it me?
For me, I used to have the same problem. Like, I'd get very offended. But for me, I found that my opinion is being religious makes it easier for you to deal with your mental health because they feel like religion is an opium, and
Oh my God.
they're always feeling like it will always get better.
Yo, it is,
One
bro,
is
it's
a, like it will always get better. Somebody's going to deliver me, and there are times when I wish I was more religious because then I would be more hopeful about certain
You
shit.
know, I've thought about that before.
I've thought about it. I'm like, maybe if I was more religious, I'd be more
religious is
optimistic.
dope,
because it's a
Also,
drug. Like,
religious
I will
people, I
always
know the
believe that
Christians I
God
am.
brings sleep in and take away my pain. I always gonna believe that I'm gonna meet back my loved ones in heaven again.
man, just
but
pray
because I'm
harder.
not like that, when I go through those things, it's like, when I do it,
Yeah, more confused, you know?
When I do
Like,
it,
it's hard out. Like, it's definitely hard
But
out.
then,
for
but I
real.
guess it depends on. I think it's very hard to be religious and be a millennial and live in certain cultures because most of the very religious people. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I can. I can't really consider anybody religious, like very religious anymore, because lots of them just go
Alexia?
to church.
How are
So
you?
they just go to church, and it's like them still dealing with a lot of the things that we have to deal with, but they know that, you know, they should be doing this, but they're not doing this. So I think it probably causes a lot more confusion for them, or similar levels
it
of
depends on the
confusion
type of
in their head.
person.
That's
Depends on the type of person.
Some people lie to themselves till.
Yeah.
till
And
them
they're
drop
very
down,
good
bro.
at it.
So you know what's interesting? I actually recently started to just like get back more of my faith in terms of religion, because I started reading this book called The Power of Positive Thinking, and it's actually centered around just like the Bible and Christ, but not like shoving anything into your face, but just different experiences on different things. And after my mom passed, like I was just like, what is the point of religion? Because I didn't understand how like God could take away somebody who I love so much, and then I'm supposed to like go to church and believe and all these things. So it's like, yeah. And then the book, it really just changed my perspective in a lot of ways, and even certain like lines they would put in it for you to just like repeat and say, and giving me a new, and it really just connects. And I was like, I didn't think I could feel this way regarding like Christ and religion, you know? So it was interesting. Yeah.
Yo, that's dope.
So right now, would you say you're convinced, or you feel like you're on the road to kind of?
The thing is, I always knew there was a bigger entity. So I always believed in energy in the universe, because we're made up of atoms, and atoms made up of energy. So everything always comes back to you, which is why people say when you're positive things come to you, and when you're negative, because you're just attracting that energy back and forth. So I think it's the same thing in terms of just like Christ and God, but it's not like I'm following, you know, commandments and all these things.
Wow.
You remember she's from Trinidad.
We got you, girl. We got you.
I saw a funny video last night about where was Soca Church or something like that. Some man on top was like kids, you know, they take you out of carnival. This is medium actually accent.
Okay.
Very offensive.
Take you out to a carnival, and they send you to Soca Church, you know, to get out all of the sin from carnival. But parents just do know once we get out all the sin. Soca Church is where they just go to lose their virginity.
Oh, you mean like Moreland? Yeah. like Trinity Moreland.
Wow.
But like people's parents used to send them to church camp during carnival, so there won't be any carnival activities. Yeah, it was like a thing.
Certain things you can't stop in, bro.
Yeah.
Like when I say children for fuck, but come on, dog. The solution is not to send them to some camp to pray, dog. You have to educate them.
You didn't just get robbed.
You got robbed at church camp?
Yeah.
You got robbed.
Not like
Yo, that's why you put out the pastor therapist.
Just there, my mother just shipped me off to church camp. I have my new little MP3 player. And then go to the bathroom and come back. And I'm gone with it. I'm going to say, oh, mommy, not send me no more.
Up your teeth.
I've never been to camp.
I've never been to camp.
I go up in a country camp. Is my grandmother yard, my uncle yard.
Yo, I'm going to say, my mother say, Riley, where you get that? Mommy, the Lord bless me with it.
And I said, take my child, take.
I've never been to camp.
I've never.
Yo, I went
Country parents don't
Yo,
really.
yo,
And your
that's
mother
a-
is from Portland. Like
My
country
mother don't
parents
believe.
don't send
No, my
kids
mother don't
anywhere.
believe in
Send your kids over,
sleepovers,
nothing.
camp. You're not going
Yeah.
anywhere going. Like, am I going with you? No,
No,
we don't do
nope.
that.
Yo,
don't
the
do
church
that.
camp for me got it nice still.
We don't do
I
that.
don't really remember much, but it did
Camp, no
nice.
way.
I mean, never like.
You said church camp was nice.
It was cool. Like, I never regret it. It was probably
so
like a
church
1
camp
week
was
thing.
like summer camp.
It was, I don't remember. Like, I have horrible
time of the
memory of
year
like,
was
my
it?
youth, you see me? Yo,
What
but
time
like,
of
we
year
just
was
far
it?
in this,
It's
this
I think
like,
it's kinda like summer
cottage in
camp,
a
but then-
country, you see me? It did
Oh,
nice,
nice.
dog, in the
Like
hills.
You
prayers.
mean in my home?
church.
Lad, don't kill this place there.
No, lad, you.
So yo, church, how church on Carnival Green Trinidad?
So there was actually like a church banner time
Bumbo
that the
clad.
government like sponsored. So anybody, they had like full costumes, you know. They had like, it was a free band, so they had music. Nobody was in the band.
Fully covered.
Yeah.
What kind of music them play? Them have Christian songs?
No, yeah, it's Christian soca.
People then will go swallow people.
There's like gospel soca.
Lord, praise the Lord.
No, but if you have dancehall soca, why is it so hard to believe that there will be so in
Dancehall
dancehall gospel?
gospel,
Why
yeah.
is it hard to believe there will be
Yeah.
soca gospel?
We're ready for the Lord.
It's the same thing.
It's not hard to believe, but you know that's how gospel gets a big fight.
Yeah, but still, like, me not in the line. One time, one taxi and one beat, and me say, yeah. One broke up bad wine, and then me and the man say, hallelujah.
Yo,
I was like,
yo, a real talk,
No,
dog.
but there's a gospel song that plays in parties and people like whine to it, and I'm like, this is a gospel song.
Brother.
But people go fun at the
Yo.
song and dagger, so why is that unbelievable?
But it legit says like we're jumping up to the ceiling. What a wonderful feeling, Lord. You have my back. Always defend me when you're under attack.
jump. Oh, I mean,
Lord, you have my back.
Oh God, I'm tired.
Church band.
No, like I'm legitimately, but like, was it like 2 years ago, Carnival? There was a church that was on like the sidelines.
the people used to go, you will carnival.
Giving out water.
No, they were there
They gave
this
out
year.
water and they gave out flyers and
Yeah,
then
man.
some say, well,
I hear them good. But they dip on one truck. Them like, I was on a truck. I like them shimmy. I like them say, yo, water. Yeah. Like I read it and it's just like, I am the water. And something just like, oh,
You know what I mean? I got to give him that evening. You know what I mean?
David and Goliath.
The Lord
vibes.
put the water where it needed to be.
yo, we get them on post for IG still.
yeah, not just like,
All
okay,
right,
this I'm like,
influencer.
I was like, this is a way to reach people because they were never saying anything. They might keep you hydrated.
Oh, that's nice. They weren't like badgering people.
No,
So
they
that's
just give you
nice.
water and they have like a flyer with it and if
That,
you want
them
really to
people they
read.
will like.
I was just like, what is this? But then something could have been in the water. I was a little bit hesitant. So I was like,
No, they'd see it.
but we see no people drinking, so I was like, okay, it was good.
We get good church people, man. Give
man,
thanks
they were-
and that go on.
Wait, so Yannick, this means you're coming to Trinidad next year since you have the links.
Yo, I'd love to. Because those fairs are,
Insane.
yeah, man. I would have to sell an organ.
So that what?
Where I got Trinity Carnival go do?
But you go
No, what did you say?
I said I want to. Me no want share mic with him. He's a mic hog.
Yo,
Like me always in the side. Wait a sec.
yo, no worry. We are
When I
gonna
make
fix
nice-
things. Oh my goodness, man.
Take time.
Yo, move the mic over to our side. May I leave back from
Yo.
Derek is like half piece of the mic session here. Take out.
You know what I was trying to do? I was trying to do this, so when one person speaking, then can do this. But it's
You were like-
but it's always you are come. So.
Anyways,
Yeah,
I would
Would
love
I move the name of the two dog them?
cat and dog. No, sorry.
Two dogs.
The movie with two dogs.
What movie?
Oh
my God.
No.
Sasha, stress me out. Stressing me out.
What's next? What?
Let her talk. We're actually wrapping up. Right?
I was just saying I want to go Trinity Carnival. Bad.
Honestly, it's
Bad.
an incredible experience.
The monies.
What you could do is not go to Bahamas. Don't go Bahamas.
For her birthday.
Too late.
Stop eat a little bit.
Too late.
Stop pay rent. I don't know. You just have to plan. Cut out things you don't need in your life.
You don't need to live anywhere.
Food nowhere.
Alright, you don't have to go Bahamas. Oh gosh, man. You don't have to go Bahamas. Find a nice Christian man to live with, you know?
Or at
No,
all.
that will at least be at least
Just
3
take
months.
2 months off. Take 2 months off for your rent.
Catch a road, right.
No, man, you have to.
No, and I wanted to go before 30 and...
First of all, you have to believe in the brav, alright? You can't be this whole, oh,
I like
no,
that,
I don't
believe
know
in
if
the
I'm gonna
brav.
make it to Trinidad. So, yo, me I go Trinidad. I don't know when me I go reach. I don't know if me actually I go reach. Say me I go reach.
Believe in the brav.
Believe
I
in
kind
the
of like
brav.
that.
Yep.
I like it.
Believe in the brav.
So late night part Trinidad 2020.
Yeah. 2021. Let's be
Oh, gosh,
realistic.
man.
We're almost done, Yanni.
Yeah, man, yo.
2020.
And
One.
February.
Oh,
Go ahead, him only talk to himself.
Yo, somebody has to go first.
Yo,
it's not space.
Testing waters.
It's not space.
Yeah, Alexia can.
Why somebody have to go first? We can't go together.
Alexia can be the Trinidad late night part division, you see me?
liaison.
Oh, you see? You like how that sound, you see me? Power o'clock.
Can carry some mic.
Oh, you know what should go on us?
Girl, you don't believe what I say. My Trini links them.
Alright.
Set. No, proper.
But yeah, I think that was a great conversation.
Yes.
Thank
I
you
really
so much.
enjoyed this.
You really enjoyed it?
Yes, it was so good.
I'm so glad because
Yeah, it was
you know
great,
she's
for
an
real.
influencer and a boss babe. You know? I mean, don't want nobody
I
go
like
on
boss
road go
babe.
Yeah, yo, for
scandal.
real. You know what's that? I went to late night party.
And they never ever have no bar talk.
They make me share mine.
Yo, chance of yo, what if you just push that shot back in the thing to like as a follower, you know, just push right back in the phone. Say, girl, just tweet that account right now. Too rude. But thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate
happy
you
to
coming
be here,
through
yeah.
and spending
Was
time
lit,
with
was
us
lit.
and being honest and shooting the breeze with us. You know, if you want to find Alexia, plug it right now.
All right. So on Twitter, it's Alexia_James. And then on Instagram, it's Alexia Thea. Guys, I'm going to try to get it to both names. I've been trying, been emailing. But yes, you can find me there. And feel free to shoot me a DM if you have any questions. Yeah.
And also the podcast. You have to get on the podcast.
Yes, oh my gosh. So my podcast is Diary 20 something on all platforms.
Bam.
Apple Music,
With no G,
Spotify.
right? 20 something.
Yeah, 20 something, yeah.
Without
So it's N. Yes. So it's on Spotify everywhere and you can check it out. Hit me up. Tell me what you like, what you want to hear. And yeah.
The link I got in the YouTube description. And
Yeah.
everything there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so everybody who's listening, big up yourself. Hope you're having a great week. You don't know, we're going to be back in the next 2 weeks. So you don't know if you're listening on Spotify or all those audio versions. If you want to see what is happening, you want to see Alexia, she's nice and beautiful. You go on the YouTube and you go on Vericulture and you'll see the episode. So you don't know, for everybody who don't have no app or don't know where to find us, as long as you type in www.vericulture, even if you forget the / late night part, the late night
Yeah,
part.
man, it's a good idea.
It's gonna be on the homepage, and that's where you can find us. Remember, when you're on Twitter talking, you go #TLNP if you want to save characters, or # the late night part. You know, we see all those tweets. We fix the Spotify thing, guys. We hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
We fix the audio, right, Kangwa?
Fixing.
We're fixing things. So
Yeah, man, we're fixing things.
thank you
Don't
so
worry.
much for listening. We're trying to cut down this time. So.
Next week is Shania's birthday.
Yeah,
October
yeah,
11th.
man.
Say happy
Everybody
birthday.
bless up the goodies. I mean, she's single. I keep saying it, guys.
Lord, why are you like this as a person?
At Sashania 91, she going foreign.
Yeah,
So
man.
you don't know, the thirst traps is going to even triple.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So you don't know. Oh, the creeps there. Just go on her profile, follow her, tell her happy birthday. You know, DM her when she posts them pictures. Say, hey.
No gear, no HBD.
And then the listeners in
Oh, yeah,
Bahamas,
don't do that.
Sashania is coming.
Yo, for real, I have to tell the Bahamian guys.
Sashania is coming, so get ready for her. But you don't know, this is the late night part. Congo.
Late night.
Never shake right.
Cause the girl them always.
Shape right.
For the Lord, for the Lord.
We out.